Whoops.
All right, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Brenda, too. All right. Okay. All right. We're going to start, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for being here. This is the amazing webinar or live stream. It's a webinar where I'm going to showcase some of the amazing people in my bootcamp that has gotten amazing results before we actually started the official bootcamp. So I think I am just going to read the bullet points because I always like to do that. So you guys got it. Let me see here, 3 seconds. Yes. Basically, this bootcamp, sorry about that. This bootcamp is all about making money fast and easy. So you don't have to implement a billion strategies in order to get it, you know, that everything you want is just one switch away, because it's really, really true. And it's also about stepping into an environment where you cannot really make a mistake. There's nothing wrong with you. You're expected to succeed. Like every single one of you are expected to succeed. And there's nothing inside of you that's unsuccessful. There's none of you that really can't succeed. So it's all about showcasing what happens with an individual when you're in that kind of environment, at the right place, at the right time, so to speak. And the power of simplicity and the power of knowing that everything you want is already around you and you don't have to do a lot of stuff. Because that is what has happened to all these ladies that stepped into the boot camp, which has, you know, the boot camp has just officially started. But before that, these women had amazing, just instant, you know, shifts that would, you know, no money coming in very, very fast, basically, just by stepping into that. So we are going to interview them so every single one of you can understand how simple it is, how easy it is once you're just focused and in the right investment, in the right environment. That's the point. So we're going to start with Jemese. Hello. Let me unmute you.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
We just talked.
Yeah.
As well. All right, so I want you to tell everyone before you stepped into the Fully Booked Bootcamp, which, by the way, everyone closes this week. So if you haven't stepped into it, you just got this week and it will finish, just saying that. But tell everyone where exactly were you in your business right before you stepped in. Like, if you could talk to yourself back then, if somebody's listening to you, right, where were you exactly, like cash and emotionally and mentally as well?
So I had just come out of a 4-month mindset coaching experience with a coach who had helped me, but I still wasn't receiving. It just still wasn't easy for me. And I was left there thinking, you know, I just spent 4 months and $4,500 and this is still hard. And so I was just not receiving consistent cash. I was getting some money, but I wasn't getting people booking my packages out. I wanted people to book out my packages so that I could feel easy, but I was getting just a few $100 here and there, like $500, and it was just really, really hard for me. So I was feeling like I wasn't confident in sales. I wasn't confident, and I was thinking I was the problem. There was something like inherently wrong with me. I'm just not good at this stuff. And so that's where I was right before I stepped into this program.
Yes, and I think there's a lot of people in that situation, because when you haven't succeeded, you usually just end up thinking, I'm the problem. You know, I'm the fucking problem. Everybody has just got it together, and me just, I don't know what it is about me, right? I've been there. I don't know, everybody hasn't been there. So it's really good to see that you've been there. So tell them, also tell people as well, you told a little bit, but what else have you tried, you know, when it comes to investments and mentorship, blah, 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 before you stepped into the bootcamp?
It would probably be easier to say what I hadn't tried, because I tried everything. I mean, I got so desperate. I was going to like energy healers. I was hiring psychics to tell me what the fuck was my problem. And like, I was doing everything. I was doing mindset coaching. And like, I even did this, I had done like a business strategy. I'm like, maybe I just need an email funnel. Maybe I need to figure out what a sales funnel is.
Yeah.
And I did pretty much whatever. I really looked outside and saw what other people were doing. I'm like, huh, well, maybe I should go try that. Maybe I need to go hire this person. And it was really desperate. I was like grasping to try to figure out what my problem was, essentially, and just hoping that something would work for me. So I really tried it all. I tried meditation. I tried, well, maybe if I just focus more, or just maybe, let me write some affirmations. Like I tried everything. I really did. I tried everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And so did I. And I think a lot of people did that as well. So, what changed? You stepped into the boot camp. How much money have you made, and how are you different now?
Oh, I'm so different. So I just did my numbers. I made, before boot camp even started, I made $5,100 cash in my pocket and 7,800 booked.
Yes.
So that was very night and day. So obviously the income changed, but I think me as the person, I've just been able to step into my authority more. I feel like I know what I do now more. Like I don't waver. Whereas before I was really like not confident in my ability to serve and my ability to help someone else. And so because I've gotten more confident in myself, that automatically translates into my clients without me having to try, I was feeling like I was having to try really hard to, uh, to prove that I was, an awesome coach or whatever, but that just went away. That just went away completely.
Yeah. So how did that change for you? Because we literally didn't, that's the point of this. We hadn't started the boot camp. Okay. It was just by stepping into the environment and signing up and committing and blah blah. So when did that shift happen? Do you have a particular moment?
Yeah, that shift happened for me whenever it happened for me whenever I took a look at myself, I mean, you kind of helped me to see that I don't have to apologize for what I want. I don't have to apologize for that. And so by kind of just stepping into the circle with you and stepping into the space with you, I've been able to not have to fight myself a lot. Like I don't have to fight anymore about that. I know that I deserve. And I feel like that was translated to me just by being in your vibes.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. It really, really does. And it's really cool to hear about that because all like this is my belief. Every single person, every single environment has its own set of beliefs. And if you step into an environment with a belief that's like, hey, you are supposed to succeed, I expect you to succeed, you're worthy of success no matter what. If you literally step into that belief system of being around those people, it just changes everything. And I've seen all of you in the group, blah blah, everybody's like yay on each other and like really supporting each other, and it's just really profound to watch and to watch every single one of you change like that. So thank you.
Thank you.
And so how would you say, we haven't actually covered sales in the boot camp. We're going to do it on Friday, or like tomorrow. But how has your confidence in sales changed, or what has changed with you when it comes to sales?
I know I used to go into my sales calls and like be so scared. Even when I would get a sales call booked, I would immediately go into this anxiety, like, oh shit, like now I got to do this sales call. And it was really this anxious place for me. And now, before we even had this talk on Friday, I'm showing up on my calls just so calm and just able to be myself, and again offer that little bit of being unapologetic about my words. Like I just say what I see, I say what I feel, and I found that that's not just helped me, but that's how I reach my clients. I really have shifted away from trying to be nice. Try to be nice and not scare them. I used to be so afraid of scaring them off my sales calls, and let me just talk nice to them. And that's just gone out the window. So that's been a very dramatic shift.
Yeah. Vincent has a question. He asks, I don't know if everyone can see it, but I can see it. Jimmy, did you talk to Charlotte after signing up? Well,
What do you mean?
I can confirm she did. I don't know if that's what you asked, Vincent, but
Is he asking if I had a sale, like a coach call with you before I signed up? Or after I signed up? I think that's what he's asking. Did I have a private one-on-one session?
We didn't actually do that. Like,
No.
all of these happened on her turn. Yeah, no.
I see. Yeah, no. It was nothing like that. Yeah.
That she didn't. Awesome.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. All right. So, Jemese, how is I Am This Bootcamp different from other mentors?
I suppose the biggest difference that I've seen is that you ask me the questions that my previous mentors had been afraid to ask me, or that didn't maybe even know to ask me. You ask questions that perhaps seemed unrelated, but it was exactly what I needed to answer to get to the core of what was really going on. And as such, I've been able to have my breakthrough to where I've got clients right now, and like I'm able to translate that ability to them, for them to have breakthroughs. So you're different in that you've helped me to really see myself in a way that's actually real, like deep enough for not just a strategy change. Like I hired a business strategist thinking that was the answer. Like that was not the answer. I didn't need a spreadsheet. You helped me to like see myself enough so that I can be me and go help my clients and serve. And that has been like the biggest difference that I've seen in you compared to other mentors.
Awesome. Vincent has another question. I don't get it. I don't get your question. Can you reframe it? So just the last, I didn't get it. Ask questions when if you didn't talk. I don't get it. Just to frame it another way. And the last, describe how the boot camp is affecting your life, not only your sales calls and you, but like your relationships or your life in general. How is it affecting you?
In general, I've found myself just showing up just more confident everywhere I go. And see, I thought I was confident already. And like, I've been able to see that some of that was a friend, you know, and I had this insecure little person inside of me, you know? And so since the boot camp has started, I've been able to show up just confident. And even in my relationship with my fiance, we're getting married in October. There was things that I wasn't telling him or I didn't want to talk about with him. And I've been able to not like say what I want to say in my business and then say what I want to say in my life with him. And I've seen the most dramatic changes, you know, like places where I was frustrated. I'm not frustrated anymore because I have been able to kind of direct the direction that I want to take my life in. And if something's intolerable to me, well, we're not having that, you know? And I used to question and dance around that in the past, and now I just don't do that anymore. Now I know that I'm not a victim. I can change this. I can set a boundary and move on.
Awesome. Woohoo! Everybody clap. It's so awesome. You changed so much, and you made like 7, 8 in such small amount of time. And I know I've been there myself, so I know what these leaps in the beginning, so to speak, really mean. Like it's like, oh my God, I can fucking do it. Like it's possible for me, and though it's super important because when you don't have that experience yet, that you can do it and it's going to work out, and like you can be successful. It's just alpha omega to finally be like, yeah. It's happening, and it's happening now. So thank you.
Thank you.
You're at the bootcamp.
Me too.
Obviously. Okay. I'm just gonna say, Vincent, what we're gonna do, Vincent, is in the end, I'm gonna allow you to come on and you can ask the question live. Okay? In the end. We're not gonna go on forever, but we're gonna do that. So thank you. We're gonna go to Brenda. Brenda, let me unmute you. Hello. Hello. You good?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. And you?
Yes. I'm good. All right, so tell people as well, where were you in your business and in your life, before you joined the bootcamp?
Right. So where I was before I joined the boot camp, I was getting, because I'm in PR, I was getting a load of brilliant opportunities through in terms of putting myself out there, getting more opportunities, being asked to do interviews and all sorts of wonderful things. But it wasn't really translating into money in the way that I'd like to. So I have a couple of, I have to add at this point that I'm unlike most people, I only work part-time because I'm a stay-at-home mum and a work-from-home mum, so I have to kind of do everything that I'm doing around the children. So I don't have oodles of time to go and put myself out there and do all of this good stuff. So, an awful lot of my time was taken up by marketing and promoting myself, as well as doing the client work that I had. But prior to that, yeah, so I was getting these opportunities, but it wasn't being reflected in my funding, in the money that was coming through at all. And I was getting quite frustrated. Because I am an investor. I certainly believe in investing in myself and investing in coaches and all of that good stuff, which I've done. And I've had some results with it, but it wasn't what I wanted. And I was still struggling. And it wasn't until sort of later on down the line, maybe just before I got with you or just after starting, signing up, that I realized that I'm really good at what I do. I'm just no good at sales. And actually, if you're no good at sales, then you really don't have, it doesn't matter how amazing you are at everything else, you really do need the help with the sales component. And so when you came along, I was like, oh my God. And it was actually a friend of mine who pointed you out, because I kind of seen you on the periphery and I knew that you were responsible for some like superstar movements like what's her name, Lorna. And I was like, oh my God, anyone who can help somebody get from where they are to like 6 figures in like stupid amounts of time is someone definitely worth listening to. And so I think I popped on your profile once or twice, and you've got a completely different energy to Lorna. So I was like, this lady's so mellow. I'm not really understanding like where all this is coming from with her mellow way. So I'm the real person here, by the way. So you can ask me any questions, but I'm going to be real about it. Your energy is so much more mellow. So I was a bit like, oh, I'm not really sure about this. But then Geeta came on. She was like, no, you've got to do this. Honestly, I've had a call with her. Like, it's just serious. And then I jumped on the call with you, and I was like, wow. Yeah, definitely. So, it's just funny. It's like that whole thing about not judging a book by its cover, and everyone has a very different way of selling. And there's a very non-aggressive way about your sales technique, which is something that I haven't ever encountered before. So it was such a new way of dealing with it, but very powerful, very powerful.
Awesome. That was great. Non-aggressive.
Yeah, no, you know what I mean. But yeah, so where I was confused. I was upset because I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. I wasn't getting the money and I needed to. I didn't want to work more because I'm a mum at home. I don't want to work more to make more money. So I needed something or somebody that was going to help me actually make that happen without selling my soul to the devil and working every hour God sends, because that's not the life I want to lead.
Yeah, exactly. And what have you tried? I know you said something, but what did you try specifically?
Right. Okay. So initially, on my journey, I had a coach to start out with in my business journey, because I realized the importance of having a coach, and that was amazing to just get me. She was like my first cheerleader, and that was to get me out off the starting blocks basically in business, and that worked well. And then I signed up with a high level coach, which was amazing, absolutely worth every penny. We're talking like a 10K coach, worth every penny of it. However, what happened is an awful lot of what I was being taught by her, I didn't get it, if that makes sense. I didn't get it. It all made sense. And when you put all the pieces together, everything that she said to do all made sense. And it helped me become more visible and put myself out there more and all of that good stuff. But again, it wasn't translating into money. And for some reason, the more I was panicking about finding the money to pay the next installments, is the worse that my results seemed to be getting in terms of actually getting people to sign on board. And it was awful. I was getting people come through the door, like people who were willing to pay, 5K, 10K to me for doing things, but no one was saying yes. So they were being drawn to the gate. We were having these conversations. They were like, oh my God, you're amazing. And then they would disappear. For whatever reason, there was always an excuse of some sort of why they couldn't commit. Which kind of threw my life. And so, like I said, and it was only once I started listening to what you were saying about it was actually having it put into the feminine and the masculine, and having sales and receiving and all of that stuff explained in that way, that really blew things up for me, because finally I understood what was meant by I'm one of those people that really needs to understand something before I can put it into play. I don't know what you call that type of person, but apparently I was told when I was learning to drive once that I'm one of those people that if I don't understand it, then it doesn't matter how many times someone shows me to do something, I won't be able to do it. I need to understand exactly why it works. Yeah. And in jumping on this with you and just having a couple, reading your posts and watching your videos, I'm like, I get it now. That's why I wasn't getting results. You know, I didn't understand that this was my feminine at play. I didn't understand that that was my masculine at play. I didn't understand that the two of them need to work together. And I didn't understand that actually, you know, asking for payment and being upfront about money doesn't make you a bitch. Yeah. It just makes you a businesswoman. Like, it's true. It's true. I've always had a thing about asking for money, even asking for what I'm owed. And actually, one of the funniest things that happened is the minute I got on the call from you, because I'm just going to be honest about this, like, I didn't have the money for Charlotte. So I was the typical, I don't have any money. I haven't got any money. I cried on the phone because I literally had £30 in my bank account, which equates to about, I don't know, $45 in my bank account. I had no money. I was like, I don't know how I'm fucking going to afford to pay you. And you were just like, you know, if you knew you were worth it, you know, you asked the question. And I was like, yeah, fuck, if I wasn't scared of failing, what would I do? So I borrowed the money from my kids. Like, when my partner sees this, he's going to freak out. But I borrowed the money from my kids' account, and it was like the best investment that I made for the first installment. I couldn't afford all of it, so I paid the first installment. And after that, the actual action of doing that night or the following, that night I went home and I was like, right, I can't keep owing my kids this money. So where am I fucking leaving money on the table? After speaking to Charlotte, where am I leaving money on the table? And I emailed a woman that was fanning about, you know, we had an agreement for like I don't know, like $1,500. She hadn't paid. You know, she was like, I'll pay. It wasn't happening. I was like, listen, we had an agreement. If you want this agreement, you need to pay me now, or you need to, like, this is cancelled. And then the following day or the same night, she emailed, she's like, I'm so sorry. I wasn't meaning to take the piss out of you. I've just made payment to your account for the first installment. Thank you so much. And I was like, fuck, this shit works. Like, seriously. You know, and then there was another lady after that who was like, yeah, I definitely want to work with you. And I'm like, look, if you want to work with me, we need to do it. And she was like, look, I do want to work with you. As it turned out, she's now signed on to another package that I have, but it was 2 installments. She's paid half. I've never had that before, like where somebody literally pays, you know, half or full pay. You know, that's something that's very new to me. So the fact that she did it and it was done, it's in my account, it's there, I can see the money. So to actually be able to come back to Charlotte and be like, wow, I've actually made money when I sat there. And this isn't money from the clients that I already had coming in, because it'd be easy to say, oh, I've made X amount of money because I already had clients. I'm talking about new money. And when I say money came out of nowhere, as well as having these couple of people actually stop taking the piss and sign up, I had someone else sign up for, again, it was only $45 for an event that I'm hosting, but it was $45 that just came without me. Before, I used to have to really eke things in, but this was easy. And for the first time ever, even though, you know, I know Charlotte would say that's like my swampy feminine or whatever, being happy with $35 or $45 or whatever, but for me it was a big deal because it was the first time things were happening without me actually having to force it. So that was a really big deal for me, and it was enough evidence for me to see that what was happening, you know, was as a result of the working with you. And then I say out of nowhere, but I was hired, called up by somebody to do some work, just some work at an estate agents I used to do. And just out of nowhere, they called me up and they were like, yeah, we want you to come back and do like a few Saturdays with us. So as far as I'm concerned, that's down to you, because prior to that, I had nothing coming through the door. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they were like, hey, we want you, come and work for us. You know, you just do your own work. Do your own work. We don't care. Just sort of like keep the office open. I'm like, hey, I'm not going to say no to being paid to do my own work and, you know, do my own posts and whatever while I'm sitting there in an office. So I said, yeah. So then, you know, more money is coming through that. So I'm doing okay.
I know. Woohoo! Like, it's amazing. Like, it's so amazing. The moment you make the decision, and the moment you start to see, hey, I'm not going to tolerate this, I'm not going to tolerate that, like, your whole belief system actually changes, and people literally start to come at you because you are no longer a slave, you know, to, you know, thinking you're a bitch or being scared of upsetting people or being too nice, you know, all this kind of thing. It's really simple, you know. Success is not difficult. It's just like, hey, come on. Let's say the stuff I don't really want to talk about and like get my shit together and actually set some boundaries here and not allowing people to just walk all over you and drop it down. It changes. This is so awesome to see. I know. It's just to keep the focus. So how has your confidence in sales changed? I know we haven't covered it yet, but how has it changed? Like the sales and actually receiving, blah, blah, blah.
Right. So in terms of confidence in sales, I now feel comfortable in asking for the sale, which is something that I wasn't very comfortable about before. I've actually jumped on call, you know, and actually it's quite funny because you can see the energy almost of people, or feel the energy of people who are resistant to sales. And a long time ago, this is kind of related, but a long time ago, I went on my when I first started out in this whole thing, and went on a sales course. And the man said, if you don't love sales, if you don't love being sold to, you're going to fail at sales. And
Yep.
I was thinking, what on earth is he talking about? Like, of course I hate being sold to. And I've always hated being sold to, always. And then when you meet someone who's really good at sales, like the way you were on the call, the thing is, I know what sales are. I know like A, B, C, D, this is what you do and this is what you say and whatever. And you went through all of the steps of like doing the sale and overcoming my objection. So I understood all of that. But when someone is actually that good at sales, even though you can see every step happening, you still can't help but be drawn in by that. And that's the kind of person that I wanted to become in sales. And I'm not there yet, so I'm going to be, you know, I've always said I'll be upfront and honest, and that's one of the things that's about me. I'm not completely there yet, but I've definitely found it easier to literally pick up the phone and do the voice notes on Messenger and be like, hey, I've got this. I think this can help you. Are you interested? You know, let's do this if you are interested, which is something that I previously used to feel a bit a bit sleazy about. But no, like, you've got to ask for the sale. If you've got something that can help people, and you know that you can help people, you have to go out there and ask this for the sale. And because of Charlotte, I was then able to pitch to somebody. You know, Charlotte knows my sort of semi-celebrity influencer person that I was going to pitch to. Because of Charlotte, I was able to pitch to him and actually ask for money, because essentially I worked for him for free for a period of time and got him some amazing results. And then I was like, but I don't know how to ask for money because he's got to where he is, because, you know, he's not spent any money and, you know, he's done really well. And she was like, you were going to pitch to him. You're going to put your proposal together and you're going to pitch to him and you're going to ask for an amount of money that makes you comfortable and you're going to do it. And I did. And rather than him coming back and saying, oh, fuck off, that's not happening, he's like, right, I'm in LA at the moment. It's a bit mad, but I'm coming back to you on it. So to me, although that isn't like he signed on the dotted line yet, that is certainly an improvement on where I would have been prior to working with Charlotte, because I don't think I'd have even asked or been comfortable about asking. I think before Charlotte, I was going to be like, oh, well, I just need to cover, like, you know, my expenses for my database, you know, because, you know, you're really doing me a favor by being my client. I was like, no, fuck this. I'm doing you a favor. I've got you some fucking good results. You know, you can pay less than I would charge a premium client, but you are going to pay me, you know, like $2,500 for this service if you want me. And I didn't feel, previously I used to feel really apologetic about it, but I'm like, no, I'm not apologizing for that. I'm worth far more than that. You pay 10 or 20K to some other agencies, you know, if you want me, that's what it is. And I'm like, and I think that he's respected that. And also there was something I have to say, Charlotte, because this was like the most amazing thing. And I remember at the time when you said it, I thought, no, that can't be true. And I was talking to him on the phone and like saying, look, dude, we need to do this. Are we doing this or not? And Charlotte said to me, he's frightened of what actually being big means, even though he's all over the place. You know, everyone, like quite a lot of people know who he is. And she was like, he's frightened of actually what going big really means. I was like, surely not. And then I spoke to him on the phone and I was like, dude, I'm looking at Forbes 30 under 30 for you. Like, are we doing this? And he was like, oh, you know, like one step at a time. And I was like, oh my God, she's right. Like, he's actually scared of going big. And it was true. And I was like, this woman is like, she's like a witch. She knows everything, and everything she says, like, you can see it, and I could see it. And then I was able to then approach him from a different angle and be like, well, you know, what is there to be scared of? If you really want this, like, let's do this, you know? So we'll see. You've got to watch this space, because I'm going to close that deal, Charlotte.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to say. That motherfucker is closed.
Yes.
Yeah, you just need to go deep enough, and when you have gone deep enough, you'll see. When you understand him more than he really gets it himself, he's sold. And that's like the highest for everybody here. It's like the highest form of sales. That's love, to really see another person at their core and see what ultimately everybody's afraid of is that they're not worthy of love, and to be really visible and then scrub. Once you get that, like, sale is like service. It's like the most loving, joyful thing you can do. And having that experience with sales is just priceless, because in business you have to sell. You just can't get around that. So you might as well just love it now. versus later. That's awesome, Brenda. And I'm so excited to see what we're going to do sales tomorrow. Okay, so I'm so excited. We're, for anybody that's not in the bootcamp yet, we're doing sales tomorrow. So get in there if you haven't done it, if you're not in it yet. So thank you. That was amazing. Let's skyrocket now with epic focus and not allowing anybody to just walk away with your cash and your awesome service. So we're going to do that. All right, I'm going to mute you. And does anybody have any question? I see there's like Alicia. Awesome. Hey, Erica, Milena, Charlene. I don't know who you are. Like, say hello. If you have any questions, just ask me. We're going to go to Megan.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. How are you tonight? Or today?
Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. You actually joined a little bit later than the other people, so you were literally like results like immediately, like right after. So tell everybody, hey, tell everybody where exactly were in your business before you joined the bootcamp.
So before I joined the bootcamp, I had just made a switch in my business. I was a business coach previously, and I had made the switch to a sales coach. Fun fact. Because I have a full-time job where I do sales. I close 5-6-figure sales for my work. But it just wasn't happening for me in my business. I wanted to raise my rates, but I wasn't confident enough to do that. And people were paying me these like super extended payment plans. And it was just all over the place.
Yeah. And I can already tell everybody that's listening right here, selling yourself is different than selling a service. All right, because when you sell a service like for someone else, you have like that shell, like, okay, if something goes to hell now, or it's not me. Okay, it's like the thing. But when you're there, just you selling yourself is just a completely different game. Just so everybody knows that. That's why stuff like that is happening. You can be really confident, and then you're selling yourself like, what the fuck? What's happening? Why isn't it working? And it's just, that's what it is. So it's all about working on that confidence that you are enough when you sell. That direct link, so to speak. So tell everyone, what did you try in order to achieve your goals before you did the bootcamp?
So I've had a long-term business coach. I've done energetic work. The number of hours I've spent on my mindset, holy shit, I'm like done. Journaling. I've literally, if you can think of it, I've probably tried it at some point in time.
So tell about what kind of mindset work did you do?
Like affirmations all over the place. I've done literally everything. I can't even like think of the exact things that I've done because I have tried it all. And my natural set point is in like taking action, that masculine action. So for me, most of my mindset work has been like in the feminine, like getting in my body and writing a love letter to myself and those kinds of things. So, yeah.
Got it. All right. So how was it to get into the bootcamp then? And how much money have you made? You made it very fast. Right?
Yes.
So tell everyone.
I don't even remember when we had our sales call, but within, I believe, a week, I had made $749 in cash and about $3,497 in commitments, which is more than I've ever made in my business.
Woohoo! Yes, because I think I literally received money and talked to you on Friday the 7th of July, and then you messaged me on Friday the 14th and be like, I made, $3,470. And at that time, we hadn't actually, gotten the start or anything, not with the other ladies as well. So that was awesome. And you did it like in 2 days? Right?
Yeah, 2 days.
How did that come about? Like, tell people.
So I listened to the calls, the pre-calls that we had, and something just clicked in me. I was having these conversations with two women, and I had been toying around the issue for so long. And one of the women told me, I don't have the money to work with you. And I literally sent her a text message back saying, I'm really fucking good at what I do. You need to work with me, and you know it. What package do you want to sign up for, and what payment plan do you want? We will work it out. And the next day she was like, here's the package I want. Here's your first payment. Send me the contract and let's work together. And the other is very similar situation. Somebody I've worked with in the past, when I was charging $400 to work with me, what? Signed up to work with me for 90 days. The woman who had told me in the past that $400 was a lot of money was now spending thousands of dollars to work with me.
Okay, everyone, like we should, everyone that's listening to this now and the recording, just frame this and hang it on your wall. Because she literally took a person that perceived like, okay, this is a lot of money, I can't do it. Same person, right, with the same issues, same I cannot afford it excuse, into literally signing up to the, how much was it?
$997 for her.
Yeah, 2,000, almost, right? Yeah, that's amazing. And the thing she did, she's like, we didn't work on her blog, like we didn't do this kind of thing. She literally, for the first time, allowed herself to say, you know what, I am fucking awesome. And you should fucking respect that. I know we can work this out. Just stop fucking around and let's do it. It's, to put it very simple, people. That's what actually what's going on, because we have this idea that we can be direct. We can demand what we actually want. But in doing that, she was actually doing the client a service, because the client needs what you can offer. She's good at what she does. You just own it. You know, just walk with confidence and self-esteem, like you are an amazing human being. Yeah, so should be paid. And that's literally the shift, people. But you have to step into that, allowing yourself to do that, you know, because when you do that, people are going to respond. Because when it comes to sales and success, it's certainty and confidence that sells. It's not that difficult. Like that's what it is. You just have to really fucking believe in it. If you don't believe in it, it's just people, you're going to buy all kinds of excuses, right? So it's just that. So that's just amazing. I can't wait for what we're going to do, you know, in the rest of the bootcamp and get your ass kicked, everyone. Woo, I'm so excited. Literally super excited. So will you say that that's the first time crush moment for you in the bootcamp?
Yeah, probably.
How did it feel, though, to actually claim what you are worth?
It felt fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all the things that I've told myself, but haven't allowed myself to say to another human being out loud. And it felt so freeing.
Yes. And if you can do that with 2,000, you can do it with 5, and then you can do it with 10, and it's going to get easier and easier, by the way. Because the more the more you do it, the more you're like, hey, I can do this. You know, I'm worth that. Like, come on. Like, what am I doing, right? The more you do it, the easier it gets, right? So how has the confidence in sales changed so far?
It's like a 180, a complete 180. So I do sales for my full-time job. So, but selling myself was definitely different. Yeah. But now I have the confidence in myself. I fully love myself on a level that I haven't ever before in my life. And coming from that place, it's like, no, there are certain things that I no longer accept. I got rid of my low-end package because it's like, no, that's not what I want. That's not in service to anybody. You will sign up for this high-end package or we will not work together. It's knowing my worth, my value, and just, I can't even put it into words. Like, I'm speechless. It's a complete 180.
Oh yeah, clap! I did so awesome. I'm so this people is why I do this. Having people sitting there not knowing what to say because they're changed. Like that's it. That's just beautiful. So I think like the last question: how would you say the bootcamp in me is different, and how has it changed in general in your life, not only with the selling?
Literally all aspects of my life have changed because when I've embraced myself and my desires, now I know I can have literally whatever I want. So my relationship with my fiance has changed. I ask for what I want and I get it.
Yeah.
My relationship with my body is in the process of changing right now. I love and respect it, so I'm going to treat it with love and respect. My relationships at my full-time job are in flux right now because I no longer take shit.
Put it simple. Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. This is just phenomenal. Is there anyone that got any questions? Oh. Is there anybody that got any questions? I am going to put you on here so you can actually ask them or ask me. Charlene, Charlene, I see you raise your hand. I don't even know what that means. But do you have a question? Okay, I am going to put you on. So everyone, Charlene is going to come on. You're going to come on at the video here or at audio. We'll see what actually happens. Oh, Charlene, are you aware that you're on camera right now? Okay, now
I'm aware. I've turned my camera off only because I'm not dressed. Otherwise, I would happily join you guys. I didn't think you'd want to see what I look like right now. So,
it's so good. What's your question?
So my question is, by the way, I really resonate with a lot of what has been said so far. I think I've been stuck in this cycle of always doing the clearing work, always doing the energy work and projecting my success into the future. I can see you kind of smiling because I know you get it. And I'm very good at what I do. I'm a vocal therapy coach, and so I support recording artists with vocal training, and I also help them with their mindset so that they always stay empowered, so that they always remain feeling free. And I feel like I've been very timid and almost apologetic with what I can do, and listening to you women speak about being bold and asking for what you want. This is the dream right here. I guess my question is, how do I transition from projecting my success into the future, because I've got clearing to do, because of yada yada yada, all the rest of it, into really accepting it now? Is it a case of making a decision? What help me out here?
Yes, it is a case of making a decision, because the reason why we don't claim stuff, saying hey it's mine right now, is because we're scared of something, right? It's not something you don't have a block, you just have a fear, and that fear is already around in your environment. You're either scared of upsetting someone, you're either scared of leaving someone, you're either scared of rejection. That's a huge one, being scared of that. And the moment you do the opposite, the moment, I'm sure you have a lot of people around you that you can actually sell to, because you're good at it. Like the moment you actually go and ask and just be direct at them, so to speak, and know what to say. Like, I want you to know what to say, not just go and do that. You're gonna get it. But as long as so afraid of, what if I make a mistake? That's like a big one. That's like everybody's like, what if I make a mistake? Because when you put things in the future, it's because you keep it safe,
Right.
At least it can just be a dream, and I can't fail at something I'm not trying to do. If that makes sense, right? So it's about you actually taking these actions towards asking the people that needs to be asked. And I already know, like, your relationships, what's going on in your life, and be way more bold and actually just taking the scary action that you don't really want to do, and taking the risk of actually failing. But you're not going to fail, but as long as you're afraid of failure, you're not going to succeed.
No, I hear that.
Yes.
What's interesting is what's coming into my vibration now is recording artists are starting to come to me.
Yes.
And because I used to be a background singer for a very long time for these exact artists. And I used to feel like me transitioning over to being a vocal therapy coach was going to be very difficult, because once you're known as a backing singer, you're kind of always going to be a backing singer. But that was just a fear of mine. So I've conquered that fear, and now they're coming to me, like celebrity recording artists are giving me their phone numbers, which is incredibly unusual. And, you know, I dig it, it's great. And so now, yes, it's about making a decision that I can change their lives, and I'm a gift. And this is what I'm here for.
Yes.
Similarly to what, I think her name's Megan.
Yes.
Yes, Megan was saying that she got rid of her low-end offers, and I'm feeling the same. I'm feeling like it's a fucking hell of a lot of work to do, all the marketing, etc., to market these low-end offers that I don't even really want to be present for. So when I heard her say that, I was like, oh, finally someone gets it, you know. I don't really want to market to aspiring singers who haven't gotten a record deal, or singers that can't really afford me. I want to coach Annie Lennox. I want to coach rock stars. That's what I want to coach. That's who I
Exactly.
want to coach.
And you know, Shirley, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a singer myself. Didn't know that, and a vocal coach.
Ooh, lovely.
I actually knew that. I've been trained my whole life. And what is it that every singer on the planet actually want? Of course, they want fame and they want to be a singer. But what you actually need to start to leverage in your marketing is that their highest expression as a singer. Because when you're already a star, what you need is uniqueness. You know, we have only one Beyonce. We have only one Michael Jackson. We have only one of these. But every single singer has a unique, you know, expression. And when they don't dare, you know, you work on the mindset. When they don't dare to put it out or actually discover that, they're going to be the buried next Michael Jackson, you know. So the thing you actually need to do, start to leverage even more, is that when you find that genius, not only in the voice but in the confidence from within, that success is going to come to them. Like, it's going to be way easier. And if you start to leverage that and do this process that we're talking about right here, you will not have a problem signing the rock stars that you really deserve to have, because you're going to have something that no other vocal coach actually delivers, because they don't get it.
Yes, I mean, vocal therapy coaching is something that no one's ever really heard of before, because it's the combination of the psychology and the voice training. At the end of the day, as you know, the mind tells the voice what to do. Yeah. So if your mind is anxious and restless and fearful, the voice just closes down. And so to just coach the voice is meaningless. It's in a body, it responds to thought, it responds to neural pathways, and you have to speak to that first before you can get the voice to do anything different.
Yeah.
So yeah, but thank you so much for answering my question. This is awesome.
Yeah. Do you have any questions about the bootcamp?
I've just heard about the bootcamp because I came on late. So is it a case of, are you prepared to talk about it now, or should I wait for a replay? How does it work? I don't want to take up too much space, you see, or too much time.
No, you can message me if you want to join it. That's the point of here today, like to see what happens in the bootcamp. You know, obviously I think you should be in the bootcamp so you can get off your fees. You know, it's a 5-week program, and we are closing it. I am closing it this week. It's a 5-week program for you to get off your fees, you know, and get in resonance with the clients you really, really want, and get fast. And that's basically what it is. And also big chunk of marketing, you know, so these rock star people really understands that you're the shit and there's just no one else like you.
So okay, thank you for explaining that. So I guess my question is the marketing that you speak of, because the problem that I've found with other business coaches, that they're amazing, however, marketing to celebrities is a completely different ballgame. They're not so willing to give you their email address, so therefore building an email list is no longer quite relevant. So my Annie Lennox is not going to give me her email address so that I can spam her, you know. So I guess my question is, do you address the celebrity element in your marketing? Because that's really important to me.
Yeah, I don't even have a list, you know?
Right. Wow. That's powerful.
Marketing is not a bunch of shit you do. Marketing is communication. Marketing that your clients understand in their bones that you are the one for them. And that's conversion, you know? Marketing is conversion. So it doesn't matter if you literally go and headhunt them down, you're going to convert.
Right.
And it's
wow.
like I've done with all of these ladies. None of these have a big list. I don't know if anybody even have a list. maybe. But it's all about the conversion. It's the conversation. Your marketing is the conversation that the person on the other side really understands that you can help them. It's like what Jesus did. kind of
right.
thing. It's like really just consuming to the other person, and it doesn't matter if it's on a networking event, a webinar like this, a live stream, a post, just talking to a person. As long as the people on the other side knows and understands, they're sold. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, great. So I'm going to message you then.
Yeah, do it.
I will. Thank you so much, Charlotte.
You're so welcome. So welcome.
Love to you, ladies.
Do you have any questions for the ladies? Are you good?
I think I'm good. I'm just feeling really encouraged, and I feel like you're speaking my language, and I feel like I haven't been having coaches speak in my language for a while.
Awesome.
Because like I said, building a coaching practice for people who want to get healthy is completely different to the music industry, completely different to celebrity.
I know.
So yeah, I'm just really grateful to be here.
But you're just going to be, I know you're just going to be on top because you're going to be one of the few that understands that marketing is creativity, and marketing is communicating something in a creative way for somebody else to get it.
Yes.
That's all there is.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh man, that's like sacrilege.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Great. Thank you, love.
You do that. All right. I'm going to take you off. Let me see. If any of you, ladies have to go now, you feel free. Don't feel the pressure to stay. I'm just going to check. Is there anybody else here that got a question? Then you can ask it right now. Milena, do you have a question? All right, awesome. Yes. I put you on. Hello.
I'm not naked, so you can see me. Hi, ladies and everyone here. I have a question. I'm so not a salesperson, so I would like to know how did they pitch for the sale, or I get all the things that you taught us, and I'm not afraid. I just don't know how to do it, like through, I don't know how to pitch for the sale, how to ask somebody for the sale.
Yep. And we are going to do that tomorrow, by the way.
Okay, great.
By the way, if you remember, all this has happened before the bootcamp has actually started. But which one, like Megan, how did you actually go about pitching the sale? Let me unmute you.
I'm sorry, but my neighbor is doing like lawn work right now, so I apologize for the background noise. I asked for it. I don't really know what else to say.
Did you send an email? Did you send an email, or did you PM them, or did you write a post and waited for them, or did you do something else?
So I write posts. Yeah, that's the marketing side of things, which Charlotte talks about. But everybody that I work with comes to me now. So they message me, I message them back, and see what they want to do to work with me.
Okay.
Here's the thing for you to remember, that we're gonna craft this tomorrow, by the way, how you say it, so to speak. But it does, the only thing you need to do is convey the value of what it is that you do to the other person, so the other person gets it. And it doesn't matter if it's in a PM, if it's in a post, if it's in a live stream. It's exactly what I told Charlene right here, like right now. That's right.
I saw it.
That's what
you spoke her language.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really, really what it is. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I got it.
You get it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're going to talk about this tomorrow as well. So, but it's
Okay.
just about conveying in their head why you're the best.
Okay.
That's basically it.
I got it.
You got it.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait tomorrow.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna take you out.
Bye.
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 All right, I have to go. Yes, there is a link for the boot camp. I'm gonna send it to you. Does anybody else have more questions? Tell me. Give me a second. Here is the link to the bootcamp. Does anyone else has more questions? You're welcome. Anyone else? Erica, do you have a question? Or Charlene, you just had a question. Susan, get on. Or Vincent or Jahira, I hope I said it correct. Does anybody have more questions? Does anybody, you guys, may have more questions? Jemese or Megan or Brenda, you're good? Yeah, you're good. You're good. If you don't, you gotta say it in like, okay, 3 or 5, 4, 3. Okay, I think you got it. Thank you, everyone. I can't wait to start with you tomorrow on the sales, department. If there's anyone else watching this replay or watching this that you have any question for me regards to bootcamp, yes, Brenda, you're free to go. You can go because nobody else has more questions. Bye. If anybody else, what was I saying? If anybody else have any questions, or we're starting tomorrow. If you haven't signed up, it's a 5-week journey. We have had 1 week, and this week I'm closing it. I'm teaching you all about marketing, how to be perceived as the best, specifically as spiritual, because it's usually very like woo-woo, and you don't know how to say what you do and blah blah blah, stuff like that, and how to really understand sales at the core, what it is, that it's love, why nobody's ever objecting you, and always know what the fuck to say, so you don't sit there as a mub, like not knowing what to say. That was like a big one for, I don't know if that's a word even. That was a big one for Jemese, because she had a problem where like clients were coming in and she didn't know what to say on the call. She was like, they're just, walking away, I cannot afford it, and she didn't really know what to say. So we go through that a lot. The masculine side of you, the feminine side of you, why you never made a mistake in your entire life, why you can really, really trust yourself, because in order to sell yourself, you just have to trust yourself unconditionally. We are doing that as well. And the best one, by the way, is how to create urgency on demand, meaning why something needs to happen now. Like, I need sales now, like not tomorrow, not 3 years from now, I need it today. I go through that as well. So you really change the financial setpoint in your brain that every single week is a certain amount of money coming in. When is the deadline for payment? How do I manifest this money to pay you, lol? All right, the deadline for the payment is this week, so it's no later. I've said Friday, but I can give you Sunday if I'm like in the mood for it. Here's what you do, Charlene. Ask 20 or 30 people that for $100 and $200 each, because the deposit is $1,000. The payment plan is $400, but the whole thing, but the deposit is $1,000. So do that in your inside, and then you're gonna make money. So that's like kind of what you need, And I know 30 to 30 people with $100 each to get, like, you only need 10 or 5 people, so you can totally do that in a heartbeat. All right, or if you have a client that's just hanging in the air, get your shit together and like tell her to get you the cash. Does that make sense to you, Charlene? All what I'm saying here is literally what I teach in it. Awesome. Yeah. Do it. Do it. The money's already there. You deserve it. Go and get it. There's no question in my mind that you're not going to have that today or tomorrow if you actually just ask. You know, you just have to be willing to do it and be the person that you really want to be and get those clients that really going to get that you're fucking rock stars. Because rock stars, this is my whole theme, you know, do not have any excuses. They go bold in and just rock it no matter what. All right, I know you got it. No, you got it. Is there anybody else that does have any more questions? This has been awesome. Thank you, Megan. Yeah. And thank you, Jemese. Woo! So awesome. If no, you can always message me, or you can message these ladies if you have any questions for that. They're doing awesome shit as well. Just let me know. If no, I hope everybody's having an amazing evening or day, depending where you are. And I know I'm going to talk to you later. Bye, everyone. Okay, bye.